Let's talk about budgets now. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office annually seeing an increase in its budget, but the rate of violent crime has not gone down. For those reasons, some want funds shifted away from the department, but there are others who say for those very reasons that crime is seemingly going up, they want more officers on the force. They want more money spent to curb some of that violence that we've seen. Today, the Jacksonville City Council plans to approve a proposed budget, even while activists do plan to oppose the measure. Renata DiGregorio has more on what's expected to happen at City Hall this afternoon.
Good morning. Both activists who will be out here later today and the city's finance chair believe more money should be put toward neighborhoods to stop crime before it starts. But where they differ is where that money should come from.
Is understanding how money works. Is understanding that you can't give more money to this and neglect this.
Michael Sampson II with Jacksonville Community Action Committee is one of the activists pushing for half of JFSO's proposed budget, $484 million, to instead go toward public programs.
When people of Jacksonville realize how much taxpayer money is being spent on certain things in the city's budget as opposed to essential public services like mental health.
When you get right down to it, if we're going to defund the police, the only way to really reduce their budget is by cutting back on payroll.
Finance Committee Chair Matt Carlucci says cutting JSO's budget sends the wrong message.
That means less police officers on the beats, less community service officers taking care of car accidents, and I'm not willing to do that.
Mayor Curry addressed the protests this summer by pointing toward ambitious spending in infrastructure improvements in underserved districts in Northwest Jacksonville. This is not the last budget hearing for the city, but you can find it on Zoom at 4 o'clock. I'm Renata DiGregorio, First Coast News on your side.